My name is Sean, and Kevin and I have known each other for over half of our lives, and I feel very fortunate to call Kevin a friend. I moved to his school at the age of 14, and at that age, most people stick to their own small group. But Kevin, it seemed, was a part of every group. He played soccer, and he played guitar. He was good at video games, and he was in the most advanced classes in school. He was an athlete, a musician, a gamer, and a phrase that I use affectionately, a nerd. As kids, we had fun, doing all the stupid things that kids do. But even at our most reckless, Panama City comes to mind, Kevin had a worldliness and maturity about him. A part of that clearly came from his family. His mother, Joan, and father, David, set great examples as shrewd business people. And Kevin was fortunate to grow up only a few houses down from his grandparents, who lived amazing lives and who loved him very much. Kevin also had a skill that continues to this day for finding excellent mentors and teachers. He was very close with a teacher of ours named Mr. Rogers, who was a commander in the Navy. Kevin's interest in the military also led him to a recruiter who was one of the best in the country. Kevin joined the Marines and served in Iraq, and we were all grateful for his safe return and very proud of his service. In many ways, the time after Iraq was very good for Kevin. He worked hard, graduated from college, and got a job at Deloitte during the worst global recession in 80 years. The following years, Kevin found great success, but I remember it was also a difficult time because he was trying to find happiness. And then, a couple of years ago, I remember Kevin mentioning a woman that he met named Michy. It has been a great joy watching their happiness grow. Michelle, you are married to one of the best men that I know. And Kevin, Michelle is an incredible woman, and I love seeing how happy she makes you. I wish you both very long, happy, and fruitful lives.
I gotta go on stage. Alright.
I'm making them.
There comes a time in everyone's life when they meet their one true love, their soulmate, the person that will know and love someone for the rest of their lives. That moment for Kevin was 12 years ago when he first met me in college. I guess I should introduce myself. To those who don't know me, my name is Brian. I'm one of Kevin's groomsmen, also known as best man number 2. I met Kevin during my first semester in college, where we were both placed in English remedial class at UC Irvine. For those of you that don't know what that is, these courses are specifically targeted towards challenged learners for whom English is not their first language. When I first saw Kevin in this class, part of me actually thought there must have been a mistake, and Kevin was a genius child that skipped many grades to get into college. Because even back then, due to his boyish good looks, he literally looked like he was 12 years old. And then, to my surprise, I was absolutely wrong. When we were first going around introducing ourselves to our classmates, Kevin spoke perfect English, and I was stunned to find that someone who grew up in Atlanta, Georgia, spent his entire life in America, got placed in English remedial class with me. Anyways, fast forward many years after college, I was reunited with Kevin in San Francisco, where we became very good friends, and eventually roommates. Then, we even lived together in the same apartment for over 3 years, and spent most of our free time together. You can say that we had some quality male bonding times during these years, and I got to study Kevin Chow in his natural habitat. First thing I immediately noticed about Kevin was that This man has zero filter. He literally will say whatever comes to the top of his mind and say it like it is. He would let me know if I had something stuck in between my teeth, when he would notice that I wore the same outfit 2 days in a row, or point out that I was struggling to bench over 200 pounds because I hadn't been going to the gym regularly. Or he would scream at me while playing our favorite video game, League of Legends, because I was feeding bottle and I was playing poorly. Now, at first, as someone who grew up mostly in Asia, I actually found this somewhat offensive. And I often thought Kevin was this habitual line crosser. But then I realized that with his brutal honesty actually came authenticity. The type of authenticity you would get from your own family, like a brother. Not because he was trying to be mean, but because he cares and wants what's best for you. And I got to truly appreciate this about Kevin firsthand over the years. And he quickly became my trusted advisor in life, where I could talk to him about anything and know that I would get the honest opinion, not what he thought I wanted to hear. The second thing I learned about Kevin was how loyal he is to his closest people in his life once you get to really know him. The story that sticks with me the most about Kevin was when he told me why he decided to join the US military. We were talking about what we were doing, where we were during the September 11th attacks back in 2001. I think this was a huge shock to everyone back in the States, especially for someone during our age, when we were just 16 years old. And while most of us were fearful, scared, and confused, Kevin, even at that young age, felt like something needed to be done. He felt compelled to protect the loved ones and serve his country. He joined the Marines out of high school and put his own life on the line to protect our freedom. I'm not sure if most people I know have the courage to do what he did. Growing up, my grandfather once taught me that a hero is someone who puts someone else's needs before his or hers. A hero means you put yourself in danger for someone. A hero cares. I can easily say that he is one of the most courageous and dependable friends I've ever had in my life, and Kevin's my hero. Now, to wrap up my long-winded speech, I want to make a special toast. I'm very happy for Kevin and Michy. I'm pretty sure Kevin is devastated now that he and I can no longer be together anymore. But he is your problem now, Michy, so please take good care of him. As you guys embark on your lifelong journey together, I wish you both a marriage of lifetime happiness. Cheers.
Well, first off, I'd like to start with thanking the bride and groom's parents for hosting such an amazing and beautiful event. This is really grand in scale, and it's very fitting for such a lovely moment in their lives. So my name is also Kevin, very easy to remember here. I guess I'm best man number 3. And essentially, I've known Kevin pretty much all my life since he was a kid. I've known him since he was really young, but really I got to know him when we both went to Taiwan together. We kind of got sent over by our parents to go to Taiwan to learn our cultural roots and to practice Chinese. Instead, we ended up playing a lot of video games in Ximending, playing a lot of Counter-Strike. I'm sure some of you guys have probably seen that around. And from these times, we actually then carried on our relationship past Ximending, all the way through post-college. And we spent a lot of great times together, both in video games, outside. We lived together for a while as well, too. And from this, Michelle, I want to share with you what I have learned in terms of him being such an amazing friend and why he's been such an amazing friend to me, but also why I also believe he would make an amazing husband as well too. So got a great catch under your belt. So the first is definitely loyalty, which has already been mentioned as well before. Kevin is absolutely one of the most loyal friends that I have, and incredibly dependable. For me, I've seen that, both through his actions. I think joining the military, also putting your country kind of before yourself, and then also being in lots of battles myself with him in the virtual world of Warcraft, which some of you guys may have heard of as well. We've conquered dragons and killed goblins, and those are up into the wee points of the night, killed aliens. So that was a lot of fun. The second is he's also not just a gamer, which as I mentioned earlier today as well, but he is an amazing gamer. And the reason why, being an amazing gamer is actually very, very good for marriage is because there's a lot of hand-eye coordination that goes into being a gamer. The average gamer puts in about 10,000 hours of gaming before they're 18. That means he's got about double under his belt. And I hear that's very, very good for, post-marriage, night of the marriage. So I think you got a winner right there. You got a winner who's been training his whole entire life. And then the third reason is because I really do have a lot of respect for Kevin in terms of believing what is possible. He actually sent me an email, this is about 6 years ago, about a quote that was keeping him up at night, up until 2 a.m. This is when we were living together and talking a lot about the future and what is really, really possible in the world. And he believes anything is possible. He sent me a quote that basically goes, "Our problems are man-made. Therefore, anything can be solved by man." And this was a quote from John F. Kennedy, except it was given to me by Kevin, which has really been with me my whole entire life and reminds me of him as well, because he really does believe anything is possible. So I want to leave you guys with that. All of our problems really are man-made, and it's something good to keep in mind, to be a man when those problems come about. So let's join in a toast to the new bride and groom. Congratulations, guys.
在这边一样，我们谢谢我们的 Kevin。Thank you, Kevin. Thank you.
Kevin, Michelle， 我相信你知道我中文多好啊，但是我都说中文。其实广东话才是我说的第一语言，英文是第二，我会是第三。但是我很开心，因为我认识 Kevin 有2年多。他以前开始的时候，我们对话是用英文，但是1年他已经100% 用中文，对，我很开心跟你用中文对话。我们认识有2年多，跟 Michelle 我猜是差不多1年。我们都在工作上面认识。等我要说，你们2个都是我好朋友。我没想过，你们2位有些地方很相同，就是你们都很努力去工作。没想过就是 Michelle 今天结婚也是刚刚在健身房做 gym。当然 Kevin 这是很努力的，对他的工作。我想说是，我还记得我们在香港，我跟我女朋友，现在她在这里，跟你们2位。你们2个真是给我们很多学习的地方。你们2个在吃东西的时候，两位都很温柔，2位都很体贴。就是我跟我女朋友说，我要在你们身上去学习。还有一点，我今天看到就是你们2个都很爱你们的家人，这个是我觉得是应该每一个人都要学习的东西。所以我会从你们身上去学习。还有很谢谢你们，因为我家人的问题，我本来是没办法来，但是最后你都给我最后一个安排，谢谢你，谢谢你。我希望你们新婚快乐，还有永远都幸福，谢谢。
谢谢我们的 Terry， 我想今天呢现场都来了非常多最亲爱的家人朋友，我们都送上了最多的爱以及最满的祝福给我们 Kevin 以及我们的 Michelle。